ovea auki, että toi koira haluaa tulla tänne. Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing fabulously good. There is something funny going on with the lights. Um, don't know why. Don't really care. There is something perhaps. Um, Ooh, by the way, if anyone wishes to join this um, this special live stream, that is also possible if you wish. There is, if you just let me know on, let's say, on Discord as a private message. Just if you want to join, please let me know with a DM on Discord, so I will send you a link to join. Okay, fabulous. Okay, do we have, who do we have? We've had Jens and Bowie in the chatting. Um, there we have it. Now it says, the counter says 1, but hey, who knows? Maybe we have more that don't just show up on the camera. Sorry, the counter. So can we get the is there something funny going on with, I don't know what. Okay. Focus. Compensation. Nope. What does it look like now? Okay, no. Yeah, the counter is a bit wonky anyway. Yes. But what? Okay, let's go and see from YouTube's. Okay, YouTube's the studio says 3, but that is it. That's enough for me. Okay, so as of right now, I have 202 subscribers, and my most recent live stream before this one was actually the 250th video on my channel, which is quite 250th public video. I have some unlisted videos, or private videos for Patreon purposes, but those don't count in that counter. But there we have it. So this is the 251st, excluding the Patreon live videos. And the most recent one was, I think it was the 13th, which was last week Wednesday. And today's video is not a random Friday video. Why? Because it's a special file video. Why? Because it's very special. It's not every day that a channel reaches 200 viewers, in my opinion. The most recent video that I posted last week, Wednesday, was the Warning European Tour. There is, as of right now, 2,121 views and 23 comments. And before we go any further, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Check the links in the description box down below. Don't forget to check the playlists, and if you want to, check my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Heidi's Corner. There you can find a number of things. Go check it out if you are able. If not, too bad. Too bad. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's reply to a comment first. Okay. Whoops. Not exactly. I try to that's there's I try to answer many uh um as many comments as I possibly can, um or at least react to these comments in one way or another, because that is engagement in the content. People will come back and maybe see other videos they may not have noticed um, before, and watch some more. Okay. So basically, it's been a bit weird in the sense that it took a good while to get from 100. It took a lot, much longer to get from 100 to 200 than from 0 to 100. So it's a bit weird. I don't know why, but okay, let's go with the chat box right there. Let's go with be right back. Technical break. Okay, now I today I went to the liquor store to get some beer. Um, so I need to get the spooky red bed here. Spooky red hair says, "Yeah, I've been stuck on 190 plus subs for the longest time. That's I need to get the lighting. Sorry for the camera. Um, there. That's a bit better, isn't it? There. Now, I went to the liquor store in Finland. Everything above 5.5% ABV alcohol by volume are sold in the state liquor stores. If every Because it's the states, the government has a monopoly on booze, and everything. It's like in Sweden, they have Systembolaget in Sweden, and everything above, I think, 3.5% maybe are sold in Systembolaget, and in Finland, everything above 5.5% ABV are sold in Alko, which is the state-owned and state-run liquor store. So I got from this Estonian beer. It's called from Pohjola. It's called Pimeö. The Finnish and Estonian languages are very, very, very close. So basically, Pimeö is Pimeä yö. In Finnish, it means dark night. So basically, a Finnish, if a Finn says yö, Estonians say and the Finn and Estonian, it sounds the same, or very similar. And this is an imperial stout, 13.6% ABV. I've made a video about this on my beer channel, Hades Beer Corner. The link to that channel is in the description box down below. Go check it out. Interesting videos, pardon me, in my opinion. So for the alcohol, and alcohol is insanely expensive in Finland. For example, this 330 milliliter bottle of good imperial stout. It cost me €7, and I also purchased two barrel aged beers that are these. They have when there's the crown cork, that they put wax on the crown cork because there is still, believe it or not, some oxygen seeping in to the bottle, and what they do. I've visited the Pohjola brewery in Tallinn, Estonia, and I've seen, and my partner, I was there with my partner Katja. You've seen her on my channel before. If you go and have a look, so they store these barrel aged beers. They are, for example, from this, I think, from Pimeö. There's and Pimeö. I can't remember which has a barrel aged variant, which they store in cognac barrels. They first had cognac in them, and then they put the beer in it. After that, once the cognac is out, they put the beer in it and age it for, I think it was at least 2 years in that particular barrel, and they might some. I've made a video about a beer. I can't remember what the name was, but there is it's from Pohjola, and they aged it first in in red wine barrels. I think it was, I can't remember which uh, beer it was. Let's see. Let's see which. Um, let's see. Yes, it was. There's one that has been uh, aged. It was Pohjola Pinot Noir. It has been aged first in uh, um, aged in Bordeaux red wine barrels, and then it has then been put um, into sherry Pedro Jimenez sherry barrels to get the sweet and red winey taste. So it's interesting. I liked that a lot. Um, so let's get back to my main channel. There we have it. And then this is just basic, very good imperial stout. 13.6% ABV. Many imperial stouts have very thin head like this one. It I just poured it into the glass, and the serving temperature is relatively high. For this one, it's 14 to 18 degrees Celsius. And one of the special barrel aged beers, or the cellar series for Pohjola, what they call it, cellar series, is is being aged in vermouth, and then vermouth barrels, and then after that they've been aged in whiskey barrels. That cost me the same size bottle, cost me 10 euros, and then there's even, and that has 13 point something percent ABV, and the bottle, that same sized bottle, 330 milliliters. That's from Pyhaste. That's also, this barrel aged beers, 14.5% ABV, and that cost me the Pohjola barrel aged was 10 euros, and the 300 330 milliliter bottle from Pyhaste cost me 13 euros and 15 cents. Sorry, 13 euros and 50 cents. So if you want to get good quality, high quality beer, you might have to pay you have to pay so from 5 euros onwards. For example, Blue Label Chimay excellent Trappist beer is 5 euros, 5 euros a pop. So, but but if you want quality, you have to might have to pay anything from 5.5 euros to who know to maybe the most expensive bottle of this size I've found. I distinctly remember finding was like almost, it was like 25 euros, 25 to 30 euros. But there was a, when I went in this particular liquor store, is a special, one of their specialties, or their big specialty is um, beer, and they had a bottle of mead that would have cost me 430 euros. If I had money, even if I could afford it, I might not. Uh, let me let's get take a break again. Sorry. Yes, sorry, I had to respond. Okay, so this it's really black, like the Dark Knights of the North. It's very fruity, in my opinion. Mm. It's very it's fruity. Yeah, it's somewhat bitter, but still worth it. Okay, let me show you. Okay, I purchased 5 bottles of beer, costing me 41 euros and 65 cents. That's harsh. That's really harsh. And I happen to have 2 bottles in 2 bigger bottles that have actually cost me. One was like 15 euros a pop. So one one of them is both of them are Belgian Christmas beers. Um, Belgian Christmas beers. One is Leffe, which is 6 point something percent ABV, and one is uh, Carolus, which is a barrel aged beer, and it's barrel aged. I think it's Christmas beer to be more specific, and it has an actual corky cork on it, and it's one of those that if you age it, keep it in the bottle, it gets better. Many beers, if you look at the when you buy beer and you look at the best before dates, it's about it's usually about 4 to 5 years onwards, depending on the date of manufacturing. But for example, in the case of Carolos, it's actually 10 years. The best before dates or recommended before date is 10 years. Um, it was it's a from 2022. The It's like wine. Some beers that are barrel aged are like wine. Um, they have the year. It's like a year model, like wine and like wines and car and for whiskey. It well more like wine and cars. It's the year model 2022, and that is 10 years from that 2032, and the more the longer you keep it in the bottle, the better it is. And there will be a special video about one such beer on my beer channel at some point in the future. Okay, now let's go to statistics. Okay, I usually do this, the review of statistics. I usually do it in the Patreon live stream monthly, but now because it's the 200 subscriber special, I will do it now. Okay, why the fuck is this? Why the okay? So I usually do this at in the monthly um, monthly Patreon streams, but now I decided because it's 200 subscribers special, I decided to do it a bit differently. Okay, so the most viewed videos of. Oh, now I have 203. OMG. OM fucking G. Okay. So, 203 subscribers as of right now. Three most viewed videos in the past 48 hours. Views 70. The warning, two the warning videos are top two, 57 and 5 views, respectively. And then there's 200 subscriber special, which it says 4 views, may or may not be accurate at this point in time, but we shall see. Okay, so um, when it comes to uh, views of live events or live streams in the past 28 days, 2.4 thousand views, which is 1.8 thousand more than in the previous 28 days before that. Impressions. Impressions are when you see the small small square on the front page of YouTube or the home page of YouTube. It's 28.4 thousand, which is 312% more than the 24 days before that. And the impressions click through rate is 7.2. That means the how many percent of those impressions, 28,500, have resulted in a user or a viewer clicking that impression. And 1 minute 51 seconds is um, the most, or the average viewing length of live events. So, and views and impressions and average viewing time is a lot somewhere along the usual what I typically have on pre-recorded episodes. Okay. By the way, I have been doing this for just over 3 years now. I had this autumn, I had the third anniversary live stream. Please go check that out if you haven't done so already. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. I'll okay. I might as well just share the link in the chat. Oh, hey Nimrod, happy Christmas. So that's for the third anniversary live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go check it out after the stream. Okay. So my most viewed live streams in the past 28 days are the the warning videos, Tom of Finland, and third anniversary, and channel update. For my posts, there have been 9 impressions, nothing more, no more information. And there are playlists. The Warning Wednesday, well, there are 2 The Warning Wednesday videos that have been the most viewed thing on my. And then there's Friday Facts, Special Files, History with Haiti, and Random Fridays. These 5 are top 5 played playlists. And there are actually 75 Random Friday episodes. And then History with Haiti, 22 25 videos, Special Files, 22, Friday Facts, special 8 episodes, and The Warning Wednesday, 2 episodes. Go check those playlists. I've linked them in the description box. And I've had more I've had an increase of 9 subscribers in the past 28 days, which according to YouTube statistics is 800% more increase than the 28 days prior. And Tuesday, 9, December 19th, is the most in the past 28 days I've had. On that day, I got 2 more subscribers. So returning viewers are 852, individual viewers 2.1 thousand, and people actually only 10.1% of my viewers are subscribed, or 10% roughly, and 90% are not subscribed. So please, if you watch this video and you haven't subscribed, one, uh, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching, please subscribe, or at least consider, entertain the thoughts of please at least entertain the idea of subscribing. That would help my videos. Okay, so the most popular searches uh, among my viewers, top 3 are community mental health, Husker radio sports YouTube, Tennessee Valley Church, and TN Therapy Today. So interesting, really, really interesting. And there are some very interesting videos that my viewers have been watching. But that's about all of that. Who do you? Okay, Nimrod is here. Okay, we've been doing this for 36 minutes almost. How long? Okay, let's go. Jens and Bowie have been tagging along for a long time. Okay, let's go with okay. Now let's do a poll. Let's see. Okay, Nimrod. Yes. Let's go with a poll as well. Let's see how that goes. Yes, Nimrod, you heard your name, and yes, Nimrod has been associating. What am I drinking? It's let's bring it. Okay, it's from an Estonian brewery, Põhjala. They have a brewery in the Tallinn Docklands, in Tallinn, Estonia. Docklands of Tallinn, Estonia. It's an imperial stout. Excellent. It's imperial stout called Pime Ö. It's 13.6% ABV, and there's also there's Bimeo, which is the strong imperial stout, excellent, and then there's which is an imperial port. It's a porter or imperial porter. Not I can't remember. It's imperial porter. Pohjola is an imperial porter, 10.5% ABV, and they have a barrel aged version of this stuff. The Pimeo. They have barrel aged. Um, on that. Yeah, so I purchased 41, almost 42 euros worth of beer, five bottles, 41 euros and 60 cents. It's quite good. Alcohol is insanely expensive in Finland. As I stated, the one of the beers that I bought is Grout, like Gruit. It's a blend of herbs that was used to bitter and spice, to give, you know, basically to spice and bitter beer in the Middle Ages before the use of hops. So this is like a barrel aged medieval style beer. It's got 13 point. One of them has 13 point something, and the other is 14.5%. Both should be good. And there will be videos about these beers on the Beer Corner channel. Let's stop the. Okay, we have just two replies on the poll. I asked how long have you been watching Hades Corner? Two people who replied um, say it's been 1 to 2 years. The other options were less than 1 year and 2 to 3 years. And there is also a Q&A um, option that I started up there. You can see it in the chat, or should at least see in the chat. I'm not sure how it's um, showing up on. Oops, there we have it. Okay, now I can actually see it. Do we have the questions? No, I don't have any questions regarding that. Okay. Why is my image so grainy? I don't know. I mean, it shouldn't be an issue, with the hardware side of things. Maybe, I don't know. I think it's when it's done um, processing it. When YouTube is done processing it, it should be more crispier, if you will, But I don't know. Uh, because what I've noticed is that it's a lot more clear, I think. Uh, when YouTube is done processing the final product. The dog is growing up. so fast. Nimrod says, I think I've been watching 1 to 2 years. I'm not sure really. Yeah, I mean, I've been aware of you, aware of your existence a lot longer than back in the day when I started my channel. I know I had an idea who you are, but I think you weren't really aware of me, of who I am until a lot later. Please give me questions on the question tab. I wanna I wanna or just give me questions in the chat. I just wanna answer your questions. It'd be a lot more fun. It'd be a lot more fun to have the questions coming in. Because otherwise I'm gonna be going a lot earlier. Okay, do we have anyone who wants to join me live here today? Um, by the way, where's Peter? Oh yeah, Peter's probably sleeping at this point at this point of in time. So because it's the middle of the night for him. But maybe he'll watch the replay. Hopefully. Okay, do we have Bowie, Nimrod, Jens? Do you want to join me on the live stream? If not, that's totally okay. Okay, let's. I need to know because the. Okay. I need something to talk about. Regarding. I think you may want to comment, or they're not really set up for live streams. Okay, that is completely fine. I understand. Okay, Q&A is out. There we have it. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Check the links. What I can tell you is uh, and there's PayPal also if you don't want to or cannot or unable to do monthly donations, please consider one-time donations at paypal.me// Corner. And my Discord channel links are also there. Links to my beer corner video and some playlists, email address, and so forth and so forth are in the description box below. How are you doing with the workplace after your workplace injury? Yeah, if you are referring to the shoulder injury, I'm doing fine. I had uh, surgery in March of this year, and it went more than well. I had a sports injury. Believe it or not, I've been doing judo. Uh, I had to quit due to injuries. Uh, a number of broken ribs, etc., etc., etc. I had from 20 years ago, for for 20 years, I had mobility restrictions on my left shoulder. But when I had the workplace injury, and when it was operated on, that those mobility restriction, that restriction it my shoulder had gone. It just was left on on the operating table. It's gone. I mean, I do realize uh, there was a high probability of me getting more mobility restrictions on my shoulder, but I got lucky. The surgeon who did it, the orthopedic surgeon, he's one of the best in the country. I got lucky when I got that man. Uh, so he did what he did. He did his magic, and now I've been in physio since almost quite soon after the surgery. I think from Easter. So basically mid-April. Since I've been in physio since mid-April, and I have still. It's a year. What I got a year worth of physio, and a year worth of physio paid by the insurance company, my employer's insurance company. Uh, so basically, if I hadn't had it, if I, well, the work-related accident, insurance covering work-related accidents or accidents at work is mandatory here in Finland. But we have the public healthcare system, which is quite well. It's decent. It's not perfect, but it's decent. It would have taken a lot longer if I had gone through if these insurance policies didn't exist, and would have, and I had to, and if I had to go through the public healthcare system because I cannot afford these kinds of surgeries out of pocket. I mean, I do get a decent pay, but with with the kinds of with the kind of money that I get paid, I could never afford um, a surgery like this, extensive surgery, and a year of physio. No way I could have. It could be at least it would be tens of thousands. It would be in the tens of thousands because I know for a fact because I've had my right shoulder operated on pretty see, almost identical injury in judo. It was in I it was a injury from an arm lock. Uh, the guy who did the arm lock. It did with um, a bit too much speed. So my shoulder did this, and it was very similar surgery, and it was just over 5,000 euros, and that was I had an insurance policy at that time. I had an insurance policy which paid it in in full. Um, that was for a. I won't go into this. Why the reason why the history of this insurance policy is complicated, and I don't think it would be highly appreciated if I babbled on about it on the interwebs why I had this certain type of um, insurance policy in place for paying the entire paying the surgery, but that was under local anesthesia. But this was a bit more extensive. It was under general anesthesia, so that they put me to sleep for the duration of the surgery. Say it would have cost me closer to 10,000 euros if I paid it out of pocket. So and then the I can tell you that it would have cost me closer to 2,000 euros for the physio on the private sector if I had to pay it out of pocket. So I'm really glad that there is a system in place for um, this kind of for this kind of insurance policies. I'm glad that there is the that the Finnish system has reached this sort of not equilibrium, but the relative um, yeah, it could be it could be worse. I mean, in the US, it's a lot worse, but in general, in Europe, generally speaking, in Europe, it's a lot better than in the United States of assholes. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. That was United States of America. So there we have it. Anyway, did Nimrod did that answer your question thoroughly enough? I mean, I've had a number of job work related accidents. Um, during my career as a nurse. In Europe, Nordics have brilliant healthcare. More than enough, thank you. Yes, and I think it was 15 years ago that I had a neck injury at work, and it's still being treated by a neurologist. So what I do for a living is quite can be hazardous. It can be quite hazardous. Doing what I do. Um, however, this shoulder injury was um, something that didn't really have anything to do with the potentially violent patients that are that can be uh, questionable. But when it comes to this, I slipped and fell and hit my hand like this, and so that ruptured a few things in my shoulder. It's out. Mm. So I will be spending my time in Turku uh, over Christmas at my in-laws' place. We'll be arriving there tomorrow, and we'll be coming back. Um, we'll be coming back on Monday, maybe Tuesday. day, maybe Tuesday afternoon. 'Cause I got off from work on working night shifts is one thing, but we get longer time off for a longer periods of time at once. I got off from night shifts on this Monday morning, and the next shift is starting next Tuesday evening because it's we get extra you know time off for Christmas, paid leave for Christmas, leave for Christmas, or if we work for Christmas, we get the equivalent time off on an other date. So it's Christmas and night shifts. So there we go. Be right back. I just put a beer in the fridge. Uh, why, you may ask? Because I think I will be recording a beer video today, and that will be published next week, Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday is the typical day on which I'll um, publish videos on the beer channel Wednesday at 7 p.m. UK. Nimrod says reasons I love night shifts too. Starting later in the day feels like you get an extra day. Yes, precisely. I start at 8 or quarter to 9. Well, 8 or 8:45 p.m. and I get off at 7:45 a.m. So that's 11 and a half. What does that take to make it? 11 and a half hours, something like that. 11 hours, and then if I start at 8, it's 11 hours, 45 minutes. Next week, I have to just, when I get back from time off, I need to take an exam because we need, the organization decided that we need to take an extra exam for the medicine permits because we have to take exams and written exams and practical exams for in order to get well yeah it's 11 hours plus breaks. Well, we for us breaks are included in the time, is paid time. The company, it's basically we get paid for having breaks. We get paid during breaks. So that's just how it works here. So we get paid during breaks. It's we get salary. It's basically company time, but that's how it goes. It depends on where you work. It's refreshing chat. Where there's something wrong with the chat. Okay, but hey, it's been enough. It's been an hour and 4 minutes. So I think it's enough for today, and I was encouraged to go out with the dog. Uh, Nimrod says if you don't get set hours for breaks, you get paid for it. Sweden does that for law. By law, I think it's something similar in Finland. It's very. I mean, the Finnish and Swedish systems are very much alike. So the Nordic model is very much alike. So anyway, I think that is it for today. Stefan here just today. Bertil is elsewhere. And I will see you next Wednesday on Beer Corner, and hopefully, and I will be working next week from Tuesday evening to Monday morning. So Hades Corner live will have to wait until probably Monday or the next Wednesday for the Warning Wednesday. But I will see you then. Bye.